They didn't even invite me to Easter. My voice shattered the silence of my Portland apartment, the phone trembling in my hand as I stared at the family group chat, its cheerful buzz a dagger to my heart. My cousins, aunts, and uncles had planned the annual Easter feast at Aunt Linda's, but I, Sophie, the distant niece, was nowhere in the thread. The omission burned, a wildfire of betrayal scorching my chest, each message a reminder of my invisibility. I dialed Rachel, my cousin, heart hammering, tears clawing at my throat. "Rachel, why wasn't I invited to Easter?" I asked, voice quivering, barely holding together. A pause, then her voice breezy, dismissive. "Oh, Sophie, we figured you'd be busy. You're always working, right?" "Busy?" I choked, voice raw, tears spilling. "You didn't even ask, Rachel. You erased me like I'm nothing." "It's not like that," she said, voice sharpening. "It's a small gathering, Sophie. Don't make it a big deal." "Small?" I snapped, tears streaming, voice fierce with pain. "The whole family's there, Rachel. You're telling me I don't belong?" "Don't guilt trip me," she shot back, voice icy. "You'll be fine, Sophie." The line went dead, and I sank to the floor, sobs racking me, heart vowing to make them see my worth. Their neglect wasn't new, but this cut deeper, a wound festering from years of dismissal. The memory surged, sharp as a blade. Last Easter, Uncle Greg's voice boomed. "Sophie's just a cook, not a real career." Laughter erupted, each chuckle a nail in my heart. I'd forced a smile, but inside, I crumbled. That pain fueled me now. Their mockery was a fire, and I'd turn it against them. I called Clara, my boss at Feast and Fire Catering, voice trembling but resolute. "Can I fund Easter dinner for my family? Full spread, anonymous." Clara's voice was warm, steady. "Let's make it unforgettable, Sophie." I wired $7,000, my savings drained, heart racing. They'd feast on my work and choke on their oversight. My phone buzzed. Rachel. "Huge dinner at Linda's. Mystery donors covering it." I smirked through tears, the game igniting. They'd eat my heart's labor, blind to its source. The image seared, 2 Easters ago. Aunt Linda's voice, light as air. "Oh, Sophie." It slipped my mind. The table was full, my seat empty, my existence forgotten. That betrayal drove me. My family's disregard was a pattern, but I'd rewrite it. I parked outside Linda's, heart pounding, watching Clara's team deliver my feast. Rosemary-crusted lamb, truffle potatoes, lavender rolls, every dish a piece of my soul. They'd savor each bite, unaware I'd poured everything into it. The memory cut deeper. 3 Easters ago, Cousin Mark's voice mocking, "Sophie's too busy flipping burgers." Laughter followed, my worth a punchline. That pain burned, a wound I'd heal my way. I waited in the shadows, heart a drumbeat, my vengeance a spark ready to blaze. The image lingered. Last Christmas they forgot my gift, Rachel's voice casual. "We thought you didn't care." The dismissal crushed me, fueling me. My family's disregard was a chain, and I'd shatter it. I stood poised, heart a wildfire, my truth a firestorm waiting to erupt. The memory burned. Last Thanksgiving, Mark's voice. "Sophie's fine on her own." The dismissal seared, driving me. My family's neglect was a habit, but I'd break it. I watched, heart a furnace, my vengeance a fire ready to roar. The image cut. Last summer, Linda's voice. "Sophie's too independent." My calls went unanswered, my place erased. That pain fueled me. My family's neglect was a wound, but I'd heal it. I stood ready, heart pounding, my plan a ticking bomb. The memory lingered. Last 4th of July, Linda's voice. "Sophie's too busy." My absence was shrugged off, my pain unseen. That hurt drove me. My family's neglect was a chain, and I'd shatter it. I waited, heart a beacon, my truth ablaze ready to consume. The image burned. Last New Year's, Rachel's voice. Sophie doesn't need us. The dismissal crushed me, fueling me. My family's disregard was a chain, and I'd shatter it. I stood in the darkness, heart a wildfire. My vengeance a firestorm ready to erupt. The night before Easter, sleep was a stranger. My mind a storm of hurt and resolve. In Clara's kitchen, I'd overseen every detail. Honey-glazed ham, herb-crusted lamb, lavender rolls, each dish a testament to my skill, my heart, my pain. I'd spent $7,000, my savings gone, but the cost was nothing compared to the price of their neglect. I called Ellie, my only ally cousin, voice low, trembling. Ellie, you at Linda's yet? Yeah, she whispered, voice soft with empathy. It's all excitement here, Sophie. They're raving about the mystery donor. You sure about this? Sure, I said, voice fierce, tears burning. They ditched me, Ellie. They'll eat my food, feel my love, and face my pain. You're incredible, she said, voice warm. I'm with you, always. The memory surged. Last Halloween, Mark's voice. Sophie's not family material. The laughter stung, a wound that bled into my resolve. Their neglect was a habit, but I'd break it. I drove to Linda's street, parking in the shadows, heart pounding. Clara texted, "Food's delivered. It's a masterpiece." I smiled through tears, imagining their faces as they tasted my work, oblivious to its source. The image cut deep. Last summer, Linda's voice. Sophie's too independent. My calls went unanswered, my place erased. That pain drove me. My family's neglect was a scar, but I was the healer. I waited, heart a war drum, my plan a ticking bomb. The feast was my weapon, each dish a silent scream of my worth. The memory burned. Last 4th of July, Linda's voice. Sophie's too busy. My absence was shrugged off, my pain unseen. That hurt fueled me. My family's neglect was a chain and I'd shatter it. I stood in the darkness, heart a furnace, my vengeance a spark ready to ignite. The image lingered. Last Christmas, they forgot my gift. Rachel's voice casual. We thought you didn't care. The dismissal crushed me, fueling me. My family's disregard was a chain, and I'd shatter it. I watched, heart a wildfire, my truth a firestorm ready to erupt. The memory cut. Last New Year's, Rachel's voice. Sophie doesn't need us. The dismissal burned, fueling me. My family's neglect was a habit, but I'd break it. I stood poised, heart a beacon, my vengeance a fire ready to roar. The image burned. Last Thanksgiving, Mark's voice. Sophie's fine on her own. The dismissal seared, driving me. My family's neglect was a habit, but I'd break it. I waited, heart a wildfire, my truth ablaze, ready to consume. Linda's dining room glowed with warmth. The table set for 25, but my absence was a knife in my chest as I watched from my car, heart racing. Clara's team had delivered my feast. Every dish a masterpiece, funded by my $7,000, their forgotten Sophie. I called Rachel, voice steady but sharp. Heard about the fancy dinner, I said, tears close. Who's the donor? No clue, she said, voice bright with excitement. Some rich angel. This spread's unreal, Sophie. Unreal? I said, voice trembling, hurt raw. Too bad I wasn't invited to enjoy it, huh? She sighed, voice annoyed. Don't start, Sophie. It's not personal. Not personal, I said, tears spilling, voice fierce. You ditched me, Rachel. Family's supposed to mean something. You're being dramatic, she said, voice cold. Drop it. I hung up, heart blazing, and texted Clara. Reveal me at dessert. She replied, It'll be a showstopper. The memory seared. 4 Easters ago, Aunt Linda's voice. Sophie's too far away to bother. My calls went unanswered, my place erased. That pain drove me. My family's neglect was a wound, but I'd heal it. I slipped into Linda's backyard, heart pounding, and peeked through the window. The family laughed, devouring my feast, oblivious to my sacrifice. Uncle Greg raised a glass, voice booming, to our generous donor. My chest tightened, tears falling. They'd know soon. The image lingered. Last summer, Linda's voice. Sophie's too independent. My calls went unanswered. My place erased. That pain fueled me. My family's neglect was a wound, but I'd heal it. I waited, heart a wildfire, my truth a firestorm ready to erupt. The memory burned. Last Christmas they forgot my gift. Rachel's voice casual. We thought you didn't care. The dismissal crushed me, fueling me. My family's disregard was a chain, and I'd shatter it. I stood in the shadows, heart a furnace, my vengeance a spark ready to ignite. The image cut. Last New Year's, Rachel's voice. Sophie doesn't need us. The dismissal burned, fueling me. My family's neglect was a habit, but I'd break it. I watched, heart a wildfire, my truth ablaze, ready to consume. Dessert hit the table, my lavender creme brulee, and Clara stepped into Linda's dining room, her voice ringing. The donor has a message, she said, eyes sweeping the stunned family. My heart pounded as I walked in, tears close, ready to face them. Clara read my note. This feast, every dish was funded and designed by Sophie, who you didn't invite, with her $7,000. Gasps erupted, forks clattered, faces paled. Rachel stood, voice shaky. Sophie? You did this? Yeah, I said, voice raw, tears streaming. I paid $7,000 for your feast, Rachel, and you couldn't even send me a text invite. It was a mistake, she said, voice trembling. We didn't mean to hurt you. Mistake? I said, voice fierce, heart blazing. You left me out, all of you, like I'm invisible. Uncle Greg scoffed, voice gruff. You're overreacting, Sophie. It's just a dinner. Just a dinner? I said, tears flooding, voice shaking. It's family, Greg. You mock my job, my life, and now you're eating my food, praising it while I'm nothing to you. Linda stood, voice soft. Sophie, we're sorry. Join us now. Now? I said, voice cracking. You're only sorry because I paid. The memory seared. 5 Easters ago, Uncle Greg's voice. Sophie's not worth the hassle. My absence was ignored, my pain unseen. That hurt fueled me. My family's neglect was a fire, but I was the flame. Ellie hugged me, voice fierce. You're incredible, Sophie. I nodded, tears drying, heart steady. The image burned. Last 4th of July, Linda's voice. Sophie's too busy. My absence was shrugged off, my pain unseen. That hurt drove me. My family's neglect was a chain, and I'd shatter it. Linda's living room was a battlefield, the family gathered, my feast a bitter memory. Rachel faced me, tears falling, voice trembling. Sophie, why didn't you just tell us you wanted to come? Tell you? I said, voice raw, tears flooding. I shouldn't have to beg for a seat at my own family's table, Rachel. We messed up, she said, voice breaking. But this public stunt, it's too much. Too much? I said, voice fierce, heart pounding. You ditched me, Rachel. I funded your feast to prove I'm worth something. Uncle Greg stepped in, voice booming. You're ungrateful, Sophie. We're family, not enemies. Ungrateful? I said, tears streaming, voice shaking. You mocked my career, Greg. You ate my food, loved it, but forgot me. Linda grabbed my hand, voice soft. Sophie, we love you. Stay, please. Love? I said, voice cracking. You love me now because I paid, Linda. Where was that love before? The memory burned. Last summer, Linda's voice. Sophie's too independent. My calls went unanswered. My place erased. That pain fueled me. My family's neglect was a wound, but I'd heal it. Ellie stood, voice sharp. She's right. All of you. Sophie deserves better. I nodded, heart swelling, tears drying. The image cut deep. Last Halloween, Mark's voice. Sophie's not family material. The laughter stung, driving me. My family's neglect was a scar, but I'd heal it. The family stood frozen, my words a thunderclap. Mark stepped forward, voice gruff. Sophie, you're blowing this out of proportion. We didn't mean to hurt you. Didn't mean to? I said, voice raw, tears close. You mocked me for years, Mark. You all did, and now you're sorry because I paid for your feast? We didn't know, he said, voice shaking. We'd have invited you if we knew. Knew? I said, voice fierce, heart blazing. You should have invited me because I'm family, not because I paid. Rachel sobbed, voice desperate. Sophie, please, how do we fix this? Fix it, I said, voice steady, tears drying. Start seeing me, Rachel. I'm not invisible. The memory lingered. Last Christmas, they forgot my gift. Rachel's voice casual. We thought you didn't care. The dismissal crushed me, fueling me. My family's disregard was a chain, and I'd shatter it. Ellie grabbed my hand, voice fierce. You're a star, Sophie. They don't deserve you. I nodded, heart soaring, their guilt a heavy fog. The image burned. Last New Year's, Rachel's voice. Sophie doesn't need us. The dismissal burned, fueling me. My family's neglect was a habit, but I'd break it. The family sat in silence, my words sinking in. Rachel approached, tears falling, voice soft. Sophie, I'm so sorry. You're right. We failed you. Sorry? I said, voice steady, tears close. You only see me now because I paid, Rachel. That's not family. We'll change, she said, voice trembling. You're one of us. One of you? I said, voice fierce. I'm more. I'm the one who fed you, who proved my worth. Linda hugged me, voice breaking. You're our heart, Sophie. I pulled back, heart soaring, tears drying. I left, launching Sophie's Feast, a catering business that boomed. 200 clients in a month, Ellie my partner. The family invited me to every gathering, but I chose my terms, my worth undeniable. I stood in my kitchen, a photo of that Easter table on the wall, smiling through tears. I'd turned exclusion into triumph, proving my love was stronger than their neglect. The memory lingered, every slight, every dismissal, every empty seat. But I'd risen, my heart radiant, my victory a beacon. They'd beg for my presence now, but I'd soared beyond their reach, a star they couldn't dim. The image burned. Every forgotten call, every mocking laugh, every empty place. But I'd forged my own path, my heart a furnace, my triumph a light that would never fade.